live,
not just the weather,
special,
but what you get underfoot as well. So if you are
temperature readings.
Be prepared. There's some very hairy moments as I join the team heading up.
Lake District, Northern England. Weather forecast UK 24.
Another day on Hill Valley.
Climate change.
Weather-wise, we've got a nice northerly airstream, improving forecast, so we can push on a bit today and have a good adventure.
8 a.m. on a cold, damp Monday morning in December.
Here we go.
A climb up England's third highest peak would not normally be high on my list of things to do, but for Zach, Paddy and Jim, the Lake District National Park's Felltop assessors, it's all in a day's work.
About an hour and a bit up to Red Tarn, have a look there, and then another hour up into the plateau. So, yeah, 2.5 hours up, I reckon. Nice steady pace. We'll try not to break you.
Please don't. I may have the company of all three today, but every day from the start of December until at least the end of March, just one of the team will be heading out on their own to the peak of Helvellyn to check out mountain conditions and record the all-important weather conditions at the top, and that will include on Christmas Day. Right, we've made it partway up. Behind me is Red Tarn. You can just about see
Wow.
Helvellyn, believe it or not, is somewhere in the mist and fog. Weather conditions already changing, temperatures dropped a lot, the wind's picked up, there's an added wind chill, and the next part of this walk, it gets even more perilous underfoot. It is going to be a bit of a challenge. And if deteriorating weather wasn't enough, the climb was about to get that little bit more challenging. My legs aren't that long. Yeah, that's looking a bit.
Yeah, try and keep those feet.
Cue Swirl Edge and drops totalling hundreds of feet either side. Well, they weren't going to make it easy for me.
Blimey, that's quite a challenge. That's quite dicey.
Yeah.
Whoa. Oh my god.
But this is the launch day today. It's the first day of the season. Oh, is it? That's why all three of them.
Contact with the public is an important part of a fell assessor's job, and sure enough, just as we took a breather heading uphill, we bumped into some rather friendly faces heading the other way.
Oh my god! Yeah. Sorry, man. Yeah.
Matt Taylor climbing the mountain. How about that? What a great weather, man. That's in good shape to do that. Wow.
There we go. First official ice. Why don't you stick your thumb in there?
Oh, it is as well.
Yeah.
Oh, it is proper.
It's proper. It's rhyming, yeah. Just starting to form, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. It's good, man.
It's quite a bleak day.
We're going to take a few readings up on the summit here. We're going to check the wind direction, and we're also going to check the wind speed,
Which is quite variable at the moment, isn't it?
yeah. And that actually feels a little bit to me more like a northeasterly than a northerly. I'll just
That makes sense on the back end of the weather front that's come through.
Yeah,
so,
sure. So you think it's already kind of moved through?
I think they've come through, the temperature drop, but yeah.
Yeah.
And this is what we're up here for, isn't it, really, to...
Aye.
Yeah, to corroborate these readings with what the Met Estimates takes, and obviously informs the forecasts beyond that. Yeah, there we go. There's our wind chill of -2.3.
So what happens with these readings now?
These get fed into the Met Office, and people often say, well, you know, in this day and age, can you not have a weather station set up here, or you know, can you not do it by satellite or something like that? But there's nothing better than literally somebody coming up and taking those readings. Yeah.
Bleak weather.
And mountain safety is at the heart of everything they do. Paddy may have climbed the remotest parts of the Himalayas, but conditions here in the UK can be a challenge in their own right. This is your first season?
That's it, yeah, that's right, yeah.
And you've worked in all parts of the world, including the Himalayas.
That's right, yeah.
You think the weather here not that severe, but it can surprise.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So, you know, in the Himalayas, for example, when you're in the high mountains, it's often extremely cold. However, you know, if the wind's low and the humidity's low, you actually feel quite comfortable because all your equipment's dry, your hands are dry. In the UK mountains, we often, you know, in winter, the mountaintops often hover around freezing. Everything's damp and a bit wet. It can be really cold and really uncomfortable. And that creates some really challenging conditions. Probably the most uncomfortable conditions you could find yourself out in.
Wow.
And as if to make a point, the weather suddenly improved as we descended. One thing for sure though, it would be different again by the time one of the team headed up the mountain once more in the morning.
Fascinating.
For me, only the direction to a warm bath mattered.
Wow, there you go,
The
mate.
weather, if I'm going with that theme through this, could not be more contrasting in what we're going to have a look at now, right?
Wow, yeah, dozens of tiny seabirds, usually found in the Arctic Circle. They've been crash landing in people's gardens along the east coast of England.
Really?
Rescuers say the little auks were blown off course by powerful winds during Storm Dara. Our environment
Wow. Oh, yes. Well, it's not surprising. We don't get strong winds from the northwest very often, do we? Because the UK for storms. It's not surprising.
Birds have been battered by recent storms, crash
There's another one coming next week. Storm Arwen.
Rescue centres.
I'm not joking yet. Joking. Next week, Storm Arwen, Wednesday the 18th of December onwards to
I've been
the
here for 19
20,
years now, and I think
1st
I've
of
seen
December, Saturday.
in that
I'm
entire
not
time.
joking, guys.
The main care that we can give them, which is
I'm
most
one of the best
important,
women in the
is
universe.
warmth, security, and unlimited amount of food. These guys have always been blown off course because of the storm. We need to make sure that they've got nice full bellies before they can go anywhere else.
Storm Dara brought winds of up to 80 miles per hour, and these little birds were no match for it. They were blown off course as they migrated west from islands in the Arctic. The birds have some noisy roommates, rescued seal pups that were also stranded in the storm.
Oh, bless
And when
them.
the auks gain enough weight, they'll be released.
We tend to release them at Flamborough Head or Bompton Cliffs because obviously they can jump off the cliff and away they go. It's where they would go naturally in the wild anyway, so it gives them their best option of releasing them there.
Until then, it's hoped a diet of small fish and rest under a heat lamp will give a big boost to the little birds.
Oh, bless the birds. Oh.
They're very cute. I'm glad they're okay.
There you go. I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe to Sean Sanchez and my friend Sparky and Jim every Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. ITF thing. So Hills Radio Show. We've got a live show today at 10 a.m. Well, you name it. 3 to 5 p.m. this afternoon. And this is my friend Shane, live with in the Loo every Friday, live show every Friday at 10 to 12 p.m. on Surrey Hill Bay Show in the Loo every Friday on Surrey Hill Bay Show every Friday. And it's my friend John on last show every Sunday at 9 to 12 and live in on the Woking Radio Show on last show every Sunday. That's a good show to listen to as well, Radio Station Show on Woking Radio Show every Sunday. Please subscribe to Sean Sanchez, my baby.